I've used magic theory to discover new damage types in D&D, and I need your help to name them. First question you're gonna ask is, what on earth do I mean that I've discovered something? This is an imaginary game with made up rules. You can just invent things, you don't need to discover it. Oh, but I do, that's my curse. I'm gonna give you the background theory really quickly, so don't worry if this is told way too fast. This is a warlock spell symbol. And each of these segments is an attribute of the spell's damage type is one of those attributes. Every one of these is made of 4 fundamental things we call aspects. Now what's really cool is we can effectively treat these aspects as a coordinate system, where effectively every damage type is some amount of each of these aspects. And this means we can do interpolation. I think interpolation sounds fancy, but it's really just taking 2 points, so here we'll call this A and this one B, and defining some new point that'll exist on the line between them. So we can use this equation here where F is some value from 0 to 1. So here we're interpolating from 2 hope to 2 heat, and in between them is a point where we have 1 of each. And so now what I've done is I've written a program to go through every damage type and tell me if it hits on any whole value new damage types. And there is exactly 1 between cold and necrotic. So what I need from you, you can do it in the comments right now if you please, thank you very much, is tell me what you would name a damage type that is halfway between cold and necrotic. But I thought that was boring, so I've taken it a little further. The basic assumption that I've made is if we have a damage type that is stable, it takes no additional energy for you to cast a spell with that damage type. And then if something exists on that line between 2 stable damage types, that is also stable, provided we have whole aspect values. So here would be valid, whereas everywhere else wouldn't be, because you wouldn't have whole values of these aspects. What if, as you're moving from one damage type to another, there is a whole value that's kind of close to the interpolation line, but not exactly on it? Well, what I've decided to define, and this is more for games, so at this point we're just making stuff up. I mean, it's D&D science, it's all made up, right? That distance in the damage space is the amount of energy you need to supply by increasing the level of the spell you're casting. So for example, if you're moving from lightning to psychic, you need to cover at least 0.82 additional spell slots, so you have to round up to 1. So if you were casting a spell that had lightning or psychic damage, you could interpolate between these, and so long as you upcast by 1 level, you can do this new damage type. What I'm going to cover in another video is what happens if we're interpolating and we have a 0 value, which means we have a free aspect we can use somewhere. I'm very excited by all this. I've had to do actually quite a lot of maths, which I'll talk about at a later date, but otherwise I hope you have a lovely day. Okay, bye.